So good afternoon, everybody. My name is Regina Davis. I'm the Public Services Librarian, and Ms. Davis's event presentation is going to be the first in our series of author and poetry readings celebrating National Poetry Month. National Poetry Month was established in 1996, and throughout every year in places like these, in schools and libraries, we celebrate the works of our authors, writers, and Laney Library, Peralta, is rich with talented, creative, inspirational people like Ms. Davis. So there's really no need to search far and wide for authors. So a little bit of our event. So today we're going to have Regina read her poetry. Next week we're going to have the Honorable Judy Juanita reading excerpts and discussing her novel, which is setting out a biographical Virgin Soul, about a young lady with Black Panthers. That's going to be next week. And the week after that, we're going to have a young man who also works here. He's also a writer, and he's going to be discussing his book as well. So today, the 18th, next week, the 25th, and the last May 1st. When I was thinking about this event, I was thinking of Regina, because last year we had a big event with all the people with their favorite books. They were taking pictures, and Regina said, "Oh, I got my own stuff." And I was thinking about Regina for this event, and we met a couple of weeks ago at her office, and I thought I was going to be here for 10 minutes, but it took like almost an hour, because man, I was just like in awe with this woman. I think she was telling me her experience, and it kind of mirrors many of that our students go through. And she's a Peralta alumni. It's just an experience of growth and of self-awareness and of confidence. And I've been a librarian for 10 years, and I speak publicly for a living. But this lady is a more engaging speaker than I am, and my jaw just dropped just seeing her. And I think today you're going to get the full weight of what I got. And so you will be mesmerized by her poetry and her writings. So I'm going to shut up and just leave it to Regina. And she's going to do the work. And if you have any questions, it's going to be a very interactive thing. As she said, just ask her. Ask her what was her idea. Ask her what her process is. Just and this is going to be something for all of us to experience. So, like I said, I'm going to shut up and let Regina take the mic.
Thank you. Do you know your name? I know my name. I was given the name Regina J. Davis. I speak that name, Regina J. Davis. But I was also given another name. And that name is May, M-E-I. That is my Chinese name. I'm very proud of that name. I did not select that name. How did I receive that name? Well, one of my coworkers, I used to talk to her on lunch break, and often she would put her mother on speakerphone, and we would talk. And her mom said, well, she didn't tell me. She actually wrote a note, and she gave it to me, and it means beautiful. I like that. I am a beautiful flower. Do you know your name? Like I said, I was given that name. Do I have it up right? Yes, M-E-I. Now, you may see on my photo everywhere, I write the word words. I picked that name. My parents didn't give me that name. My coworker didn't give me that name. I picked words. Why? Because I am Regina, and I love words. This library is the perfect place for me. There are so many stories here in this library. There are lessons that you can learn that you don't even have to go through by being in this library. There are magazines here, supposed to be current event, but you can create your own event. Rewords, that's my name. Throughout this process, I will be giving you some things to think about. You do not have to answer. Oh, let me tell you about this. This is our charging station, not for electricity. It is for energy. I feed off of energy, and I'm sure you all do too. I feed off of positive energy. My ancestors sit here. My mom and my dad, they sit here. My coworkers, they sit here. My friends, my Toastmaster family sits here. In fact, you all, each, are sitting here. I'm feeding off of your energy. And today, I'm inviting you. I'm giving up 2 minutes of my time. If you choose that you have something that you want to say, just let me know. You can sit in this chair and give the world your words. Charging station. Something to think about. If you could live one day of your life over again, what day would it be and why? Something to think about. If you could live one day of your life over again, what day would it be and why? Just think about it. I'm dedicating this piece to Miss Gina Davis and Mr. Regina Davis. They influenced me on this. In fact, let me just read it. Trust began the moment she made the decision to ask me to write about trust. What if I failed to meet her expectations? What are her expectations? Did she know that I would take pen to paper immediately or eventually? Whose perspective do I write from? The slighted or the offender? Think about it. Which are you? After several conversations, because I talked to people about this thing called trust. And I reflected on it. And I came to the conclusion, to me, that honesty is just the surface. That's all it is. It's just the surface. And trust? Well, trust is more in depth. And truth? Well, truth is factual. But fear, F-E-A-R, fear. Fear is a powerful, powerful force. And it can make it tougher for the truth to be revealed. Folks, the easiest answer to any question is to just be honest. I mean, it is the closest thing to truth without actually telling the truth. What about half-truths? Just a little bit. Are they lies? We lie to our children to teach them life lessons. And we lie to ourselves to get through rough situations. To tell the truth requires the willingness to deal with the consequences of exposing yourself to the receiver's perception on acceptance. Are they going to accept what I'm saying? Are they going to forgive me if I tell them the truth? Or are they just going to reject me? Regaining trust. Regaining trust takes courage from both parties. And it takes compromise as well. But what if F-E-A-R, fear, paralyzes you? Well, I can attest that there is no power in living in fear. Facing your fears obligates one to trust their source of power. Facing your fears obligates one to trust their source of power, their strength, and being open to judgment. Hearing the truth or speaking the truth does not mean you will not find yourself near the road of fear and uncertainty again. It simply means that you can recognize this feeling and quickly act to find a path of trust on the road of faith. The beauty of truth, the beauty of trust. Dedicated to Gina Darwin and Mr. Marion Davis. Something to think about. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. As I mentioned earlier, I am a Toastmaster. I do everything on time. But I also participate in different writing groups. And there is a writing group, it's called the Green Windows Writing Group. I absolutely love it. Peggy Simmons, she's actually the coordinator for that particular program. She requested that I write a few pieces, and of course, the writer in me would not allow me to pick my favorite piece. Because to me, picking your favorite piece when it comes to writing is almost impossible. It's almost like someone who's a great cook or chef, and someone says, what's your favorite dish? Now, you know your easiest dish you can cook. You know that. But it may not be your favorite, and it may not be your best. So I'm just going to read. Let's see. Give me a moment to find. There's a bunch of them. All right. We all been paying attention to the news. Well, kind of. Don't pay too much attention. All right. Life before. They say history is written by the winners of war. But who really wins after the battles have been fought? I see a young man or a boy walking through the ruins of a town. He wears a backpack as if it's a normal day, and he is simply walking home from school. As he climbs the crumbling staircase, I wonder, does he smell the decaying bodies of the fallen soldiers or the burnt ashes of the destroyed buildings? Better yet, does he remember the sweet smell of the baked rolls that once filled the air, teasing his nostrils? Even though the bombs have stopped falling and the sky is gray, no rain has fallen, but the sky is crying. It's sad. And the dirt beneath his feet is sad too. No flowers or grass has come forth to bring joy to all of those who have witnessed the new seasons. The only sounds are the ones he makes when he tosses a rock or yells. Echoes don't greet him back because there are no walls or windows left behind. Every day, He walks through the past of what life used to be like. Church bells ringing, children laughing, women selling fruits and pies. History is written by the winners of war. Battles never end for the survivors of war. The National Domestic Violence Hotline. That number is 1-800-799-SAFE. Once again, 1-800-799-2333. There is a book floating around here. It does not have a label. Could someone hold that book up, please? There's a book floating around here. Thank you. You can just hold it up. Thank you. Ma'am, could you take that book and pass it on that side for me, please? Thank you. Yeah, I'm old school. I said ma'am. I'm from the country. That's what we do. So, now we do have some hearing impaired. This is hearing, hard of hearing. And then we have some deaf people, okay? But we have signers in the house. I'm one of them. And I have one right in front of me. So, I'm going to ask you to write this number down, just in case you know someone who is having issues with domestic violence, and that person is hard of hearing or deaf. TTY for the deaf and hard of hearing for the National Domestic Violence Hotline. That number is 1-800-787-3224. What are you willing to do to become the person you are supposed to be? I am very proud to say that my friend, and I'm calling her friend, Michelle, can I say the middle name? Yvonne Lau, wrote this piece. And it is dedicated to Dee Dee and all the survivors who are struggling to escape domestic violence. A queen reborn. My universe of possibilities and rainbows and everything sweet was corrupt the day I met you. I often wondered, how did this happen? Why did I let it continue? Why am I here? Where and when did I lose my guardian mother? The mother inside me. The mother born in me. The caregiver who guided me, protected me, warned me whenever there was danger. The caregiver who guided me, protected me, and warned me whenever there was danger. Maybe she escaped years ago because she understood that your darkness could and would slowly suffocate everything or everyone that is bright. Your darkness aims at my spirit with precision, then shoots at the core of whatever makes her special. I imagine I am not your only prisoner. I have gone from myself for a long, long time. I have been gone longer than I have ever existed. I disconnect so I can simply survive. I am conscious again. I have re-entered my body. I am full of renewed energy. I am awake with a light in my soul. I am ready. I'm ready to attack the world. I am ready to reconstruct me. I am ready to construct me to be the woman that I am supposed to be, that I am always supposed to be. Is he ready? Is he ready? Because my light will blind him. There are a few of you here now who was not present earlier. I want to explain this charging station. This charging station is not for electricity. It is for energy. I pull energy from each and every one of you, and I hope that you are receiving energy from me, positive energy. This chair sits my ancestors, my son, because he's not here, but my beautiful daughter is. This chair sits my mom and my dad, my coworkers, my friends, my Toastmaster family. This chair sits each and every one of you. I am offering this chair, and I am giving up just 2 minutes of my time for anyone who has anything that they would like to express. Say what you like. If you have something that you want to say, whether you want to sign it, you could tell your story for 2 minutes. This here is a charging station. It is not for electricity. It is for energy. And there are a few of you sitting around thinking, oh yeah, I have something to say. And you may not want to sit in the charging chair, but there are writing pads. Write your thoughts down. There are 2 individuals that I would like to point out. If they don't mind, do you mind? You know who I'm speaking to. Do you mind that they give you those notes? Don't look at the other person. I just need you to shake your head a yes or a no. Okay. So there's a lady over there. It's Audrey Thompson with the beautiful smile. She is willing to take your notes if you have any notes that you would like to write and you want me to read. Okay. Just think about this. There's a tree right outside the door. Well, it's not really outside the door. It's right before you enter into my workspace. Most of the people who know me know that I do not enter my workspace without saying a prayer. One of those prayers is this. Thank you for the gifts that I have. I will acknowledge them. I will obey them. I will take advantage of them. But I will not abuse my gift. What are your gifts? You know your gifts. Some people want to call them talents, but you know them. Do not abuse your gift. the willingness. Loving yourself? Well, it is such a simple thing to do. If you can define love. For me, I start with self-respect, acceptance, and the willingness to change. Woo-wee. Somebody didn't get that notice to turn that ringer down. We're not in church, but I do want to be heard. Oh, and feel free to take pictures. I don't mind. My name is Words. W-O-R-D-S. Let me spell that again. R-E-E-W-O-R-D-S. I gave myself that name. I'm going to continue. For me, I start with self-respect, acceptance, and the willingness to change. I challenge myself to grow, to elevate. I make mistakes, but I don't have no regrets. Give yourself permission to laugh at yourself. Give yourself permission to forgive yourself. To expose your body and your spirit is part of loving yourself. Loving yourself, it ain't that easy. Huh? Loving yourself is such a simple thing to do when you know what gifts you possess. Dance. Woo-wee. Like the wind is carrying you. Twist, soar, halt, bounce. Sing to move a person's spirit with the sound of your voice. Write and command attention. Refuse to be forgotten. Create. 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 And leave a part of you behind to be remembered. Loving yourself ain't that easy, is it? Loving yourself is such a simple thing to do when you give love, and love gives back to you. Embrace love. Hold on to the idea of being loved. Celebrate yourself. And folks, dismiss those who don't appreciate your love. Loving yourself, loving yourself, loving yourself is a continuous thing to do. Now, folks, I love me some Regina. Now, that did not come like overnight. It came with accepting Regina for who she is. Now, I love to write. Spoken word is one of those things that I kind of run from. My grammar is not the greatest. It is not. My pronunciation is not the best. But I feel like I am the best at being Regina. And I hope that you feel the same way about yourself. Just something to think about. If you were forced to choose, would you rather lose all of your old memories or never be able to create new ones? If you were forced to choose, would you rather lose all of your old memories or never be able to create new ones? Just something to think about. neighbor. Caddy, Benz, and Lexus. That's always in her driveway. Why she has so many fancy cars? Living like that? Why don't she pay a mortgage and stop paying rent? That just don't make no sense. I can't see through her security gate, so I know she can't see through mine. Late nights, I hear that front door open. It's just creeping late at night. I mean, all kinds of hours. She never leaves the house during the day. Damn. That woman sure can't cook. Oh. What's up with the Caddy man, the Benz man, the Lexus man? You know, Lexus is out, but when I wrote this, it was majorly in. Oh my God. She gonna get caught. Why is she coming to my door? You know, she coming to my door. Brother? Oh. Those your brothers? I did not know that. Your daughter? She's disabled? But not your granddaughter? Huh. I was wondering about that. You been watching me? I knew it. Every time I go out, she looking through the window. Well, folks, some time has passed since we last had that conversation. Now, on hot summer nights, Miss Jackie and I, we sit on the front porch, we play spades, Jim Rummy, we drink a little with her 3 successful brothers, Mr. Caddy man, Benz man, and Lexus man. Oh, but that brother, the one that's from New Orleans, that's the one who can really cook, not her. Sometimes, after her daughter goes to sleep, she does go out. I guess she deserves it. She is in the house most of the time, taking care of her daughter and her granddaughter. Oh, and when I go out and get my girls' night out on, well, yeah, Jackie is still watching me. No, that's not true. Jackie actually is watching out for me. See, we're not neighbors anymore. We're actually friends. Okay, I have to be honest. I colored my hair. It is not really jet black or blue black or whatever you want to call it. Now, if you look really, really close, don't be zooming in on my hair with these cell phones, okay? Because I do have some gray up here, and I'm okay with that. Self-portrait. Year after year stares back at me. This gray hair shows it. Through the reflection, my inner beauty erupts slowly like a awakening volcano. The color orange runs through my veins. The tribal drums produce the intense rhythm of my heartbeat. Dark chocolate is the pigment. Oh, let me read that again. Dark chocolate is the pigment of my shell. Confetti grows from my crown. Comforting but confident is the sound that rises from my voice. My laughter? My laughter is contagious. Be around me long enough, you will laugh. Silent and swift are the steps that I take. The reflection of my self-portrait, it was The reflection of my self-portrait is what looks back at me in the mirror of life. I need to put my glasses on. I was playing. Hold on. And I do have glasses, folks. And I am going to interrupt. It's almost, okay, here we go. And yes, they are orange and pink and some other colors. I'm done with that. Self-portrait. Okay. Do we have any writers in the house? Oh, yes, we do. Is there anything that you would like to share? Is there anything you'd like for me to share? Okay. All right, that's all right. Because this date will happen again. Right, Reginald? Next year?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Oh, yeah, I'm good. I get the job done. Yes. So I mentioned earlier to you all that I am a Toastmaster. I'm a proud Toastmaster of ARPB 8933. Yeah, you can write that down. Toastmasters, Club ARPB 8933. If you go to toastmasters.org, you can find a club near you. So explain a little bit about Toastmasters. Toastmasters is a nonprofit organization that helps people who do public speaking. It also helps people who do writing, technical writing, any kind of writing you do. As long as you write, you can be a Toastmaster. But it also helps you with your listening skills and your evaluation skills. I'm sure there are some of you all who have to do evaluations or reports. And Toastmasters is a safe place to do to practice. And they help you with getting rid of filler words like and ooh, things like that. I love Toastmasters. I am searching for this one poem, and I know that I call myself marking it. And yes, it is by Regina Davis. Yes. Thank you. That will help. Okay. See? Teamwork. Okay. Oh, I like this one. This is how. Cold, windy breeze, frost-bitten earlobes, cold engine, a cold heart. Cover your head. I suggest you uncover your heart. This is how you live longer. You know what you know, and you know little at all. Once you ride the sails of knowledge, then you know that there is so much more to life to know. This is how you die. Live like there is no tomorrow. This is how you live. Live like you have forever to live. Hit replay on your favorite song. Hit replay on your favorite song. Get a second helping of your favorite dish. Dance to the music in your head. Laugh instead of crying. Put the phone down on mute when she starts complaining. Oh my goodness. And put the phone down when he starts lying. This is how you survive those holidays. This is called Oakland Noir. It's by a bunch of local artists right here in the Bay Area. I did not get permission to read from this book, but I felt the need to show it to you. There's some great stories in here. There are stories, actually, Laney is in here. So you may want to pick it up, check it out. I'm not quite sure if they have it at this library. If not, I'm sure that somebody is going to pick it up and bring it to this library. Okay? Local artists, Fruitvale, Sabrani Park, 35th Avenue, High Street, right here, Chinatown. There's some really great stories in here. Check it out. John F. Kennedy said, "The only reason to give a speech is to change the world." Something to think about. John F. Kennedy said, "The only reason to give a speech is to change the world." Now, we've been spending some time together, so I feel kind of close to you all. Do you feel like you can keep a secret? Ooh, I got enough yes, a few no's. Okay. Well, it's really not a secret. It's not. I just don't share it with many people. See, not too long ago, my life was moving along just fine. My children were fine. Work was fine. My friends were fine. Well, my life, it was fine. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I have to start over. That's not true. Work was not fine. In fact, that's where that secret begins. See, in 2010, the company I was working for, they started laying off people. But they weren't the only ones. If you were in the Bay Area in that time, you would have witnessed elementary schools shutting down to never reopen, such as Lakeview. City and county jobs being cut and never filled. But people, what was worse than that was lots and lots of families losing their homes due to foreclosure. People wasn't ready. I wasn't ready when I lost my job. But I got it back in one day. However, someone had to sacrifice, meaning one of my coworkers had to retire in order for me to go back to work. Now, I didn't go back to the campus. No. I actually ended up at the district office. For some of you all who don't know me, I actually work at an educational institution, and I had not earned my degree. Was I ashamed? A little bit. Was I embarrassed? Kind of. But most importantly, did I get a pay cut? Not at all. But it certainly felt that way because at my old job, I loved my old job. I loved serving the students. I loved advocating for the students. If they needed someone to write a letter of recommendation, Regina did that. If they needed information about housing or health care, I did that. But people, I was there for them. But I forgot to be there for me. Now, as I said, I went back to work. I went on over to the district office, and things went back to being fine. But it really wasn't. See, I didn't want to be in that position again, to work for an educational institution, and I hadn't earned a degree. So with the support of some of my family, some of my friends, and I have to say some, because when you make a decision to change your life, not everyone is going to be on board. It simply isn't going to happen that way. In fact, some of them so-called friends, they're going to cut you right on out their life. And some of your family, you will hear less from them. It's just the way that it is. Now, at the time, my supervisor, he was very supportive. He suggested, Regina, take a class during the day and make up for the time in the evening. Oh my my goodness, oh my goodness. I thought about it for a hot second. No way was I about to sit in a class full of students that I had inspired to change their life, and I hadn't done so. Do you know that I went past 3 colleges? College of Alameda, Merritt College, right here at Laney, to go way over to Berkeley City College. I was still trying to hide my secret. Okay, don't tell nobody, but have you ever had a secret and you didn't want anyone to know about it? Not having a degree was my secret. I was still trying to hide it. Well, eventually, I've ended up back here at Laney. I mean, after all, I did take classes here when I was in high school, so why not get a degree? I earned 2 associate degrees. But you know what? With the support of my family, my friends, my Toastmaster family, I went on and earned a bachelor's right away. Now my children, they're adults, and they don't need me as much. I don't take up all their time. So currently, I am studying for the GRE, the Graduate Record Exam. Wow, I'm serving other people. Now, like I said at the very beginning, it's not a secret. No, I just don't share it with many people. I'm only sharing with you because I want you to look through your book of life, flip through the pages, pull out shame, toss it to the side. Pull out pain, toss it to the side. Pull out hurt, toss it to the side. And replace it. Replace it. Replace it with something more beautiful. I'm a Toastmaster, and I go by time. It's time to wrap it up. Do we have anyone who have any questions they would like to ask? Okay, I'm going to start with this young lady. She had her hand up first.
You showed us the book Oakland Noir and said you didn't have permission to read from it. Does it require permission to read from a book or no?
You know what? I'm sorry for interrupting. That's something that Toastmaster is trying to teach me. Wait till the person's finished speaking and then answer. I'm constantly learning. I am not 100% sure, and I knew that they were recording this program, so I chose not to read it. However, I definitely wanted to promote this book because there are local artists here, and actually some of those people actually attended school here at Parata Community College District. Okay? Sir?
Yes, I want to know, did you finish the very first poem, The Time? Because he showed up and introduced you.
Yes.
I didn't know if you had finished it because it was going.
Yes, I actually did.
Oh.
Yes, I did. Well, I have time. So I'm going to do it again. I see a few faces here. Okay. Sometimes I actually worry about the times I wasted not loving, not singing, not even writing, or enjoying these moments like this. And then I realized, hey, I just wasted more time. Well, folks, time will be there when you get there. Today, I take the time to just stop, simply stop, and enjoy moments like the sunsets, the color orange, peanut butter, and belly laughs. T-I-M-E. Time. Time. I'm going to capture it in a bottle and take it with me somewhere. Where? don't know. Time. It's one of my favorite pieces. Thank you. Do we have any additional questions? Yes, ma'am.
When did you start writing?
Oh my goodness. You know, I was looking through a yearbook, believe it or not, in the 80s. And in that yearbook, this is me, surrounded by a bunch of people, with a book wide open. I'm so busy, engaged in reading and writing notes that I never noticed the photographer was taking a picture. So in that photo, I'm looking down at stuff that I had written. So I can honestly say that I've been writing since my diary days. And now as far as sharing, that's a totally different thing. Yes, thank you. Yes.
What put you in the mood to come up with these fabulous ideas?
Oh, wow. As I mentioned to you earlier, this is my charging station. My ancestors are here, my coworkers are here, my Toastmaster family is here, and my friends are here. Those people is where I get my ideas from. Those people are the ones that encourage me to write. My experiences in life made me write. Writing is a healing process as well, so I write. Yes, ma'am. Oh, I have a gentleman who hasn't asked the question. Yes, sir.
How long have you been in Toastmasters? You haven't said one.
Oh, wow, that is great. Okay. Well, oh, there it is. Oh, my goodness. Hey, you brought it up. So you would write that down. If you was a grammarian, you would say, hey, you wrote that. I actually joined ARPB, Toastmasters Club number 8933, I believe in 2013, I believe. But I actually left for a while and came back. And the reason being is, as I mentioned to you earlier, I made the decision to go back to school. So I left for that. And plus, I am a volunteer. I just finished volunteering last night. So I do a lot of volunteering throughout the year. So during tax season, like between January and April, that's the time when I'm mostly not with Toastmasters because I'm out there volunteering. Yeah, but it was officially 2013. And there are some members here in this room right now that actually encouraged me and helped build the person that I am today before you. Yes, yes, ma'am.
How many books have you written?
Oh, wow. I haven't written I haven't published a book, how about that? But I have been publishing other people's books. I have been contributor to different websites and blogs and things like that. I am going to publish that book soon. Yes, ma'am.
You asked a question to think about,
Yes.
and I'd like to answer it.
Okay.
You asked if you were forced to make a choice between between not creating any new memories or having to forget your old memories.
Yes.
And I think I decided I would rather, if I were forced, I would rather not be able to create any new memories because the old memories are of, as you mentioned in your recharging chair, my grandmother, my ancestors, these people that need to remain and need to live on and need to inspire me. So even if I didn't have any future memories, the memories of my past would move me forward. I would have experiences, even if they couldn't be remembered. I would keep my old memories, my grandmother, my childhood, things I loved. I would keep the old ones and make that choice.
Thank you for sharing. I appreciate
Thanks
that.
for asking.
Yes, 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 yes. That's a hard one. It is a very hard one. Yeah. Well, I actually have 2 minutes left in this program. At this time, I want to thank everyone for coming here and supporting me. I really appreciate it. The woman that you've seen at the very beginning of this program, she no longer exists. This is Regina J. Where's May? I am also May Davis. I am not the woman you seen an hour ago. And I thank you for helping me become the woman I am today. And I hope that I've said something to make you think, to make you change. If you look at the writing tablets, everyone should have a writing tablet. If you don't, please hold up your hand and someone will give you one. Turn that writing tablet over. Yes. There are some notes on there. You will get one. Oh, yeah, actually, and if you don't have a writing tablet, you do have a little book. There's books and there's words in there. I hope that those words encourage you. As I close my book, oh, wow, that's me again. Okay. So as I close my book, I can tell you this. I may not remember everything. I may not remember everything that I said today, but I will definitely remember this feeling. And I hope that even if you don't remember everything that I said today, that I left you with a great feeling. Thank you.
Thank you everybody for showing us. Like I said, Regina Davis, very inspirational. Just a reminder, next week we'll have Judy Juanita, and the week after that, Matthew Jones, Laney based, Peralta based, inspirational local writers. Next Wednesday, and the next Tuesday after that. And thank you very much for coming to this event.